Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with some more wrestling news in the wrestling news video on the 95th episode of the SNA podcast, which we'll be talking about the wildest wrestling news stories, rumors that you guys need to know on the Sportskeeda Wrestling News article, and also this is the 25th part 25th of me making wrestling news videos. And then we're going to start off today with WWE Live WWE Raw live reports. Results. That's what I meant to say. But, well, I'm not sure if this will work. I'm just going to go to another news. Okay, we're going to Okay, we got some former WWE manager says Triple H has the best job in the world. And it says right here, wrestling legend Dutch Mantell recently spoke about how Triple H's chief content officer, this WWE's chief content officer, Triple H, had the best job in the world. And it says right here, according to the former Zeb Coulter, the game was appointed as the head booker of WWE's main roster. Following Vince McMahon's initial retirement in July 2022, his booking has earned plaudits from fans and critics alike, with ratings in business, fitness, and upward trend. A few weeks back, it was reported that Triple H was handed as much as 99% control of WWE's creative direction by the Endeavor Group. On the latest episode of Sportskeeda's Smack Talk, Dutch Mantell spoke about the former WWE champion having the best job in the world today. The wrestling veteran also pointed out how the game was wisely taking things slow with his booking and understanding what the audience preferred the most. And Dutch Mantell said, But what Triple H would do is he would say, "Okay, let's go and go a little bit this way and see how people grab it." Triple H has got the best job in the world. He can take his time and see how people buy it. That tells them what to do, said Dutch Mantell on this article, which is on article of today's news on 307 to 325. But we're just gonna get to the point and talk a little bit more on this report about what Dutch Mantell said on the wrestling news article. It says Dutch Mantell praises Triple H's booking in a previous episode of Smack Talk. Dutch Mantell allotted Triple H for how he was booking and pacing WWE's weekly programming. The veteran manager mentioned that the shows had become much easier to watch, and that the emphasis on entertainment over in his in-ring work had also done wonders. He said, he also says, before when we used used to watch it, we used to watch SmackDown. We would say, "Oh my God, this? When is this the? When this is a thing ever?" Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate that. I was, yeah, man. Thank you. Hot chocolate. Anyone? Anyways, before when we used to watch it, we used to watch SmackDown. We would say, "Oh my God, when this thing ever got when this ever gonna like when is this thing ever gonna be over?" But now, if we notice their strategy, it remains. It remain. I mean, it reminds not remains reminds me of WWF 20 years ago. Before, I mean, not before, because the matches aren't that long, but it was a point they get in and they get out. And Mantel further discussed how WWE programming had changed under the game's supervision, and he also explains. Plus, they have been filling in kind of the quit the the quit the quiet the quieter arenas, I should say, quieter arenas with outside interviews. This this that the other. It's actually, if they say they are entertainment or entertain, like, totally. Now they went back to the entertainment. They got away from the wrestling, and I think people watch it to be entertained, not necessarily to watch great matches. I said Dutch Mantel also reserved praise reserved praise for WWE's performers, saying that and they could steal the show on any given day when booked correctly by the creative team. And yeah, and I agree with Dutch Mantel. Even before this, and like a year ago, Triple H, I said, when I start watching Raw and SmackDown, it's not like it's boring. Some boring content and or some boring product, I should say. Yeah, let me phrase that. They're not nothing boring, nothing snooze fest like. It's rather entertaining to watch, like watching the Attitude and the Ruthless Aggression era. Something to look forward to when it comes to watching wrestling. Like, and when the wrestlers, like Dutch Mantel said, like, if the wrestlers are booked correctly, like, then you're going to get an entertaining match, like whether if it's a long or a short match. And then I noticed that too. I was like, wow, like I remember the match just started, and it's not even it's not even even a long match. Like, it's not even a half an hour later, and it's already over. Like, because I was getting into the match, watching it. Like, whether if it's a mid-card championship match or non-title mid-card match or a women's match, a women's championship match, or even a main event match, like whether if it's the Bloodline's Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa taking on an LA Knight or Jey Uso, it's not really bad at all to watch. Or Jey Uso or Cody Rhodes against one of the Judgment Day, like Damian Priest or Finn Balor or JD McDonough or Dominic Mysterio. It's still an entertaining match, or even it's a 5-minute match. Like, it's just it tells the story right there itself. Like, and hopefully this continues, like, because Triple H's booking is like at least 99% successful right now. And hopefully we see more of this in the upcoming future, right? Like from the past, how many months? Like over a year. So I would say 15 months. Yeah, for the past 15 months, Triple H's been doing successful. Yeah, very, 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 very successful. And what do you think about this news right here? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. And do you think do you agree with me and Dutch Mantel, or do you think that it needs to be better than it is right now? Just let me know in the comments below. But I don't see anything better about that. I understand why I brought that up, but I'm just saying, giving y'all that particular option. And next up, we have we got former WWE superstar returns for the first time in almost 3 years, and it says right here, it's officially it's officially considered spooky, considered spooky season. My bad. It's officially considered a spooky season, and it wouldn't be the same without former WWE superstar, the Boogeyman. One of the strangest superstars in history, the Boogeyman has always been a hit around Halloween, and earlier this week, the former star returned backstage at a recent event to mingle with the current crop of stars. And it says right here, according to this article, the company's official Twitter page recently shared a video of the Boogeyman eating worms and scaring pretty deadly Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, aka the Street Profits, and even Grayson Waller. The man himself hasn't been seen on television since Raw Legends Night back in January 2021, and I believe they mistakenly said 3 years, even though it's about to be January around the corner in the next 2 months and a half. 2 months left of this year before being over, but I would say, I think they meant to say 2.5 years, but I mean, even though it's almost been 3 years, like because 2024, yeah, it's gonna be here before we know it. Anyways, this is where it also says where he was once again seen backstage scaring superstars and legends backstage. Legends. Interestingly, his last match was way back in 2015, which was the last time he was seen in a wrestling ring for his former company. It says right here, the Boogeyman has made several appearances for WWE over the past decade, but hasn't wrestled a match since he was a part of the annual Royal Rumble in January 2015. At the age of 59 years old, it's hard to imagine that the Boogeyman would be open to another run in WWE, but his last match only came back in March of 2022, meaning that he could have remained in shape and be open to another run if it was offered to him. The former star wrestled at the JCW Pontiac Pontiac show in Pontiac, Michigan, in March of 2022, which was seemingly his final match. And it says right here, Boogeyman was released back in March of 2009 and and has been working outside of the company for more than a decade, while being called back to appear at special events when required. And do you think this is gonna be a sign that the Boogeyman is gonna make a return for a final run in WWE, or just the one off because for the obvious holiday season of considering him being the most scariest wrestlers in all of WWE and all of wrestling history? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. But I think he probably would make a return for. And I forgot he came back in 2015, but like when he went face to face with Bray Wyatt, but unfortunately he just got eliminated by the Eater of Worlds. And speaking of which, I'll say rest in peace once again for like the 100th time. But yeah, it said right here that was the last time he wrestled in the WWE ring, but the last time he wrestled overall in wrestling was back in March of 2022, which he wrestled for this wrestling promotion called JCW, I believe. Yeah, which is in Pontiac, Michigan. And yeah, y'all let me know down in the comments below what you think. What's the next move of the worm-eating superstar? Okay, we got some Chad Gable news now. As a backup plan, 46-year-old absent WWE superstar is plan A to dethrone Gunther at WrestleMania 40 report. And the report goes that Gunther has held onto the Intercontinental Championship for over 500 days as champion. The ring general has one of the best bouts against Chad Gable on WWE Raw, according to a report. The Alpha Academy member is a backup plan for WrestleMania this coming year with Brock Lesnar, the plan A. And it says right here, WWE is currently identifying who will step up to the ring general next. According to a report, there are 6 WWE superstars in the running to challenge for the Intercontinental Championship in the coming weeks. It looks like none of them may be able to dethrone the Intercontinental Champion if a recent rumor is to be believed. And it says right here, according to Zero News, I should say, with an X sound, the Imperium leader will hold on to the Intercontinental Champion until WrestleMania 40. Initially, WWE wanted to have Brock Lesnar win the title at WrestleMania 41 under a different scenario, but we'll try to get the Beast on board for WrestleMania 40 if plans with Brock Lesnar do not work out for WrestleMania. Next year, Chad Gable may be a backup. And then it says right here on this report, Gunther holds till Mania. Brock was option A with the view in mind that they could also do it at WrestleMania 41 in a different scenario. If they can't do Lesnar at 40, Chad Gable was discussed not disgusted like that. I'm talking like discussed recently as backup plan officials super high super high on Gable and uh, think him dethroning Gunther at WM would be a star-making moment. Like, how many times have, have Gunther and Chad Gable faced each other? Chad Gable become one of the ring general's most the fierce competitors after one of the ring general's most fierce competitors after the WWE universe realized the amount of strength he pose he poses it he possesses. Gable and the ring general have battled on 3 occasions on live TV. Their first bout was a non-title match that the Intercontinental champion won. The and the match between the two was so well received that WWE had to book them in a rivalry for 2 more matches. Gable beat the champion via countout in their second outing, while Gunther retained his title in their third televised match. With and the third televised match was for the Intercontinental Championship, which Gunther won. And who do you think is going to face Gunther at WrestleMania? Will it be Brock Lesnar or will it be Chad Gable? Y'all let me know down below. I just think it'll be Chad Gable because that'll be telling the story right there. Even though they want a dream match with Brock Lesnar, but I prefer to do that match if Gunther was World Heavyweight Champion because for 2 reasons. One, it could be a one big dream match that the fans would love to see with the Ring General against the Beast Incarnate. And 2, Brock Lesnar doesn't do mid-card championships. Even though WWE will try to book that, but I'm not sure if it would work. Like, he's more like a heavyweight monster kind of guy that wins only world championships. So we're going to see in the next less than 6 months from now. But yeah, I think it'll be Chad Gable, and I think it should be the other way around. They should have Brock Lesnar be the backup plan, like the option B, while Chad Gable be option A, because he proved why he was in the division in the first place when he got into a feud. Like, first he almost beat him the first time, but Gunther came back and beat him. But Chad Gable brought him down in the countout victory. And then they had one more match. And if these were the only 3 matches, this will probably be the best trilogy feud, rubber match trilogy that I've ever seen in the world of professional wrestling's trilogy list. I'll say it'll be on my top 5, if not top 10 list. But yeah, I'm going to let y'all to be the judge of that in the comment section right down below. We're going to move on to the okay, we got some CM Punk news now. Like, as on this report from Sportskeeda, it's saying, will CM Punk make his WWE return in Saudi Arabia, exploring possibility of it happening. And it says right here, the pro wrestling world is currently in a molten hot state with rumors surrounding CM Punk's WWE return. They stated to catch flames after wild fan speculation about spotting Punk in Crown Jewel's poster. And it says, according to this article, it says the company will hold its annual Crown Jewel premium live event in Saudi Arabia on November 4th. Recently a fan on X spotted in alleged faint car car catcher car catcher catcher have a faint car caricature on the top of the poster, claiming it symboled CM Punk's cross symbol, and it says right here, as a result, the WWE universe has been speculating about the return of the Second City Saint at the of the spectacular event in Riyadh. However, the possibility of it happening is very low, as he might not have a good relationship with the nation. And it says the former AEW superstar once wrapped himself in controversy as he made some remarks on the WWE's Saudi deal. Lamb lambasting lambasting the shows in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. CM Punk once re, re rebuked or rebunked or they rebuked the Miz. It said rebuked the Miz. Go as saying a quote of this saying, "Go suck a blood, go suck a blood money covered like in Saudi Arabia. You effing dork," tweeted Punk. And I said, "Go suck a blood money covered in Saudi Arabia. You effing dork." Yeah, like you effing dork. Like wow, like did you really just say that? And it said, therefore, it is highly unlikely that at the 45-year-old, will make his return to Crown Jewel in 2023 if WWE actually decided to bring him back. It will possibly quite possibly take place at premium live events taking place in the United States. And it says current reports on CM Punk's return, like return. But yeah, what do you think about CM Punk's remarks about Saudi Arabia with that tweet like not that long ago? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. And also, do you think WWE is gonna have him return? And do you think it would be? And if they do have a return, will it be at Crown Jewel or is it gonna be afterwards? Like anytime after, like a couple of days, a few days, a couple of weeks, a few weeks after the Crown Jewel event, or even the week before Survivor Series or at Survivor Series. Just let me know down below. We're going to talk about more about CM Punk, current reports on CM Punk's WWE return, and WWE and CM Punk had a bitter relationship in the past, which led to the latter's departure from the Stanford-based promotion in 2014. However, with the passage of time, things have changed quite a lot. After Punk's controversial AEW exit, there has been a worldwide of rumors and speculation about him returning to WWE. However, the reports on his potential homecoming stayed otherwise. According to Dave Meltzer reported that WWE is currently not interested in signing the Second City Saint for the promotion, Various other media outlets also reported the same, stating that there are currently no talks between both parties. Have been have there there has not been no talks between both parties. While the 45-year-old was seemingly interested in making his comeback, WWE has reportedly declined the offer. When asked about his potential return, WWE President Nick Khan also dodged the question in an interview. He said, "Thus it, thus it, thus it appears, thus it appeared. It appeared. My bad. Let me reread this. Thus it appears that CM Punk's return status is on a is in a previous state, as there has been no deal between both parties." And said, "Do you think CM Punk return at Crown Jewel is completely off the table? There has been no deal." And then that's what it says it says right here. Do you think the CM Punk Crown Jewel plans are completely off the table? But yeah, what do you think? Like, do you think that this is off the table, or do you think it's not, and they're trying to keep this as much of a big surprise as they can? And yeah, things have changed from the past 9 years, almost 10 years, of course. So if he does make his return, like things have changed, like management and mindsets, and even made up a peace with the Miz, like from their past disagreements and hatred, whatever they have on one another back in their times in WWE over a decade ago. And also, do you think that this is, or do you think this, do you think they're serious that there's no talks or no plans for either on both WWE side and CM Punk side? And also, do you think that, or do you think they're doing this as all part of a plan, not to spoil anything? If there's a chance that CM Punk is gonna make his WWE return in Saudi Arabia or even Survivor Series, only time will tell. And just let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section right down below. I think if he's gonna return, he could be at Crown Jewel, but it probably won't be any time at Crown Jewel. What if it's on a Raw or SmackDown tapings, like in the next couple of weeks, or even Survivor Series itself on his hometown? Even though he said he's gonna at that time he's gonna be taking care of his son/dog Larry, because he got a torn doggy ACL. Hopefully he recovers from that. By the way, and we got some more Adam Pearce news now. Is he to ignore two-time world champion demand on WWE Raw this week? Looking at what could happen, it says right here, the Monday Night Raw general manager of Adam Pearce has a a lot on his plate as the new general manager of WWE's Raw brand. The 45-year-old has to make matches, prevent brawls inside the ring and backstage, and listen to the incessant demands of the superstars on the red brand. And it says right here, with that said, there's one superstar in speculate and spec and spec and not spec, I mean particular a superstar in particular who hasn't been able to convince Adam Pearce to listen to his demands thus far, and that's the Miz. And the former two-time world champion might once again be embarrassed by the WWE's Raw general manager this week. And it says right here, according to this report, For those unaware, Adam Pearce and The Miz were involved in a backstage segment on Raw last week. The A-lister was trying to impress the general manager with his long list of accomplishments until Rhea Ripley arrived and embarrassed him on live television. And then it says right here, it is possible something similar could happen with The Miz on the go home Raw for Crown Jewel tonight, and this could potentially branch into a storyline wherein the two-time Grand Slam champion gets tired of Adam Pearce's alleged lack of respect for him and leave the red brand for SmackDown. And it says right here, like what's in store for WWE Monday Night Raw tonight this week. It says the October episode of the Raw will air from the Bon Secours Wellness Arena in Greenville, South Carolina. WWE has announced a couple of matches and segments for the flagship show this week, and one of the matches will see one half of the women's tag team champions, Chelsea Green, take on Natalya in a trick-or-treat street fight. We have, plus the world heavyweight champion Seth Rollins will square. Funny tongue-tied. Will square off against Judgment Day's associate, JD McDonough, in a non-title match. The outcome of the match might lead into the Irish Ace joining the Top Raw faction full time. The match comes just 6 days before the Visionary puts his title on the line against Drew McIntyre in Saudi Arabia. And what do you think's what's next for Raw? And it says right here, we're going to see this continuous of Adam Pearce not listening to the A-lister / two-time Grand Slam champion, The Miz. And what do you have in store for Raw, Brandon? It's probably going to piss him off to the point that he's going to move back to Monday Night Raw, like if he doesn't give him an opportunity on the Red Brand show. But we're probably going to expect that too, and there's going to be a storyline with The Miz threatening to jump ship if Adam Pearce doesn't do what he asked him to do. And then this is what probably going to finally convince Adam Pearce when that time comes up. He gets the opportunity, but he's going to probably fail, and then he's going to blame it on Adam Pearce anyways. And then he's probably going to join SmackDown, and they'll be all part of this storyline with Survivor Series on thinking of saying SmackDown's the better show, and he's saying that, and he'll probably will say Nick Aldis is the guy actually listening to me, and he giving me opportunities that I deserve. But only time will tell. We're gonna see if that happens. In less, I'll say probably less than 5 hours from now. I'll say probably 4.5 hours, like 4 hours and 32 minutes from now. But yeah, we're probably going to see that happening very, very soon. And I'm going to be making a SNA podcast afterwards, right after Raw goes off the air, so I can be talking about that on my 96th episode of the SNA podcast, Raw Review Part 12. Make sure y'all check that out later on tonight at in a few, probably in 7.5 hours from now, 7 hours and 30 minutes from now. But I'm gonna let y'all guys to be the judge of that. What's to come Monday Night Raw, and I believe it's gonna be very interesting with Natalya against Chelsea Green in a trick-or-treat street fight match. That never gets old. It's very interesting, especially in this time of the year. We have Seth freaking Rollins taking on JD McDonough. I'm probably going to show if he's definitely Judgment Day material or not. And it's probably going to help JD McDonough officially join the Judgment Day, and he's more than just an associate. Okay, we got some WWE news roundup. Wrestler granted release after making a request. Current champion gets spanked by Rhea Ripley. Sheamus, his new pictures. We got a couple of news stories right here. Like, welcome to the latest WWE news roundup. In today's edition, we will look at some of the stories about top names like Sheamus and Rhea Ripley and more. And we're going to start off with Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley, that says right here, Rhea is one of the most most intimidating female WWE stars, one of the most intimidating female WWE stars, and is an absolutely ruthless inside the squared circle. However, the women's world champion often showcase her goofy side at live events, and 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 the and the same was on display at a recent house show this weekend. In in another in the in other news, 31-year-old wrestler asked for a release from his promotion, which was later granted. Let's find it out and more in today's news roundups. And we're going to talk about, firstly, it will be Rhea Ripley. Where Rhea Ripley was her playful self at a WWE's recent live event. The the company is currently on a tour of Europe, and the Raw roster did back-to-back house shows for almost a week. And it says one of the clips from the event is making rounds on social media, where mommy can be seen playfully spanking fellow Judgment Day member Damian Priest. Rhea has a very close bond with Señor Money in the Bank. The duo are dubbed Terror Twins, I should say. And it says right here, Rhea also defended her Women's World Championship at all the live events in Germany. She defeated Raquel Rodriguez on each occasion, and it says right here, Lance Anoa'i granted release from MLW. It was recently reported that Lance Anoa'i asked for his release from MLW, and the star later confirmed that it has been granted. Lance is Roman Reigns' cousin and has even appeared in WWE multiple occasions. His last appearance came back in 2019 when he represented the Anoa'i family against Shane McMahon and suffered a loss due to interference from Drew McIntyre. The 31-year-old wrestler was attacked by Shane McMahon and the Scottish Warrior. However, Reigns came out to make the save, and it says right here, Juicy Fanu was also released alongside Lance Anoa'i. It is speculated that the duo could be on their way to the Stanford-based promotion and may join the Bloodline. And do you think they're going to join the Bloodline? Because join the Bloodline, because it could be the case if they be signed to a WWE contract. Like, I wouldn't doubt that at all. And And if they are, do you think they're going to join the bloodline or they're going to join someone like Jey Uso? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. And I remember he wrestled Shane McMahon. He got squashed thanks to outside interference by Drew McIntyre. But luckily, his cousin Reigns was there for the save. That was when he was the babyface at the time. And Shane McMahon was the most annoying heel in the 2019 era, while Drew McIntyre was his evil heel bodyguard, basically. But he was still pretty cool, like the way he wrestled in the ring. Even though he played a dirty with Shane McMahon, like he still showed his talent into the square circle. But yeah, that's the last time we seen Lance in Hawaii in the WWE ring, and it says he requested his release recently from MLW, and it looks like we'll probably see him very soon, but only time will tell when that happens. And we got WWE. We got one more news from this list. Yeah, Sheamus posts heartwarming photo with wife, and it says Sheamus has been away from TV programming for the last few months. It was reported that the star is dealing with an injury and could be out for a while. Amid his hiatus from the squared circle, the Celtic Warrior posted heartwarming picture with pictures with his wife celebrating their anniversary. Sheamus got married on October 28th last year, and it says fans have been eagerly waiting for the great white to return to action. His last outing to the squared circle was in August as he was Edge's final opponent in WWE. And yeah, we haven't seen both of these guys since that month in August, like before Edge became his real name, Adam Copeland, in All Elite Wrestling at Wrestle Dreams at the end of September, I believe, because a few days prior his contract expired with WWE. And Sheamus has dealt with an injury since then, and I even talked about this match on my SNA podcast. I forget what part was it in a specific episode, but make sure you check that out when you have a chance to. And what do you think about these latest news wrestling WWE wrestling news roundups that were 3 in 1 story? Y'all let me know down in the comments. And then Rhea Ripley did a playful spank to Damian Priest, which you could basically do whatever you want in house shows. It's been said that plenty of times before. And on YouTube, like whoever been on live events, you're gonna talk about your experience about it, which my experience was very fun. And I remember the last time I saw Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley was last year when I saw Kevin Owens took it on Austin Theory. But Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest was in the match. It was in a mixed tag match with Dolph Ziggler way before he got released, and teaming with Nikki Cross, like right before she went back as Nikki Cross, when she was still the Nikki ASH superhero gimmick, almost a superhero gimmick, I should say. But yeah, and Dolph Ziggler and Nikki Cross won when he hit Damian Priest with the most devastating move in all sports entertainment. But we nearly hit him with a zigzag. It was very tight as hell. We were like, me and my brother and uncle was like, yeah, like he hit him with the zigzag. Because we've been watching him for years doing that move, like 15 years in WWE hitting the zigzag maneuver. But fortunately, he recently got released from when WWE was in the finalizing the merger with UFC with the Endeavor company buying WWE back in April, because McMahon sold it to them for, I believe, $21 billion. But anyways, they finally merged. They did the merger of TKO Group Holdings, which we talked about that a month ago, along with the releases and all from my previous SNA videos a month ago. Make sure y'all check that out. And yeah, y'all let me know down in the comments what you thought about the list of these news. Okay, we got and we got some more news from WWE. Is a what time does WWE Raw start in the U.S., UK, and Indiana, and more. And it says right here we got some international timing WWE news now. Is it says in October 30th edition, October 30th, 2023 will mark the final Raw episode before the company goes to Saudi Arabia for its Crown Jewel event. And this is a rare report because I never seen this on any of the wrestling news I reported and analyzed, along with any of the other YouTubers that I know. But it says right here, as of the hey birdie bird. Anyways, as of okay birdie, as of the writing of the show is set to feature 6 matches and stars like Dominic Mysterio, Seth Rollins, DIY, and more. And it says right here, WWE Raw has different slots, different places in the United States. The show will begin at 8 p.m. Eastern, 8 Eastern time, 7 p.m. Central time, and 5 p.m. Pacific time. Which I can say because I'm obviously in America, that's one of my times with the show between 8, 7, and 5 because that's Eastern, Central, and Pacific. Well, I can't tell you which one it is because that would kind of reveal where my location's at. Like, even though I'm not going to be specific on what state I'm residing at the moment, but it's kind of I'm doing it for the safety side of things, so no creeps try to discover where my location at, and no stalkers and nobody trying to rob or kidnap me and my family. So yeah, you can keep that private. But anyway, it will start at 8 a.m. on Tuesday morning in Canada. For the United Kingdom in Ireland, it will begin at midnight. In India, because yeah, of course they're in Europe when they do. Then they start at midnight because they're like a few hours ahead of America. Like in Eastern, it's like five. Not 5, 4 hours. 5 hours Central and 7 hours Pacific, like away from. And it said, and it will be at midnight. I mean, in India, the program will be 5 a.m. on Tuesday because it'll already be Tuesday already when it's the nighttime here in America. But anyways, evening or night, I should say. Yeah. In Saudi Arabia, Raw will start at 3 a.m. on Tuesday. Fans in the Philippines where my nephew's favorite Blues Clues host Josh is from. That was very random. But anyways, well, the reason why I say that because obviously my nephew's here. But anyways, can catch the program on the Tuesday at 8 a.m. Australia and Kiwi fans can view the show at 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. Respectively. Well, 10 a.m. and no, I'll say Kiwis 1 p.m. Australia's 10 a.m. Yeah, on Tuesday. And it says right here on all the places right here. Trey, what are you doing? No time to be playing like this. Trey, please let Uncle Julian continue his not review his report on the wrestling news. Anyways, let's move on. Atreyu, why are you acting like Arnold? Anyways, but anyways, let me show you right here. It says right here on the timing. And then I would recommend you guys to pause this video if you want to see more of what I'm showing right here. And it says also here on this article, it said which NXT tag team is set to make their main roster debut on Raw tonight. And it says right here, as of also on the latest edition of Trey, are you okay? Anyway, also it says also on here on October edition of Monday Night Raw is the final episode before Crown Jewel. It could feature several surprises and action-packed matches. One of them includes main roster debut of the Creed brothers. The Alpha Academy hasn't been the hottest stake in WWE recently. Chad Gable has shown fans how much heart he could give during his feud with Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. However, Bronson Reed has beaten Gable, and the babyface duo still needs a significant team to put them back on the map. It said after Gable posted about the open challenge for WWE Raw, Julius Creed answered this this will mark Julius and Brutus debut. Julius and Brutus's debut on the main roster, and it's undoubtedly in a affair fans should not miss. And it says right here, another tag team match tonight. A tag team for tonight's episode is between Imperium against DIY, which is Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci have been targeting Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa since their reunion. The two sides have faced each other in multiple times in singles matches, and tonight they could finally meet inside the ring in a 2-on-2 action. Seth Rollins, Dominic Mysterio, Natalya, and more are also expected to be in action tonight. It remains to be seen what tonight's WWE Raw will have in store for fans. And what do you think what's going to happen tonight? And we already had 2 announced match, which will be, 3 announced match, possibly 4, with the likes of Chelsea Green, I should say, one half of the women's tag team champ, with Natalya, taking on Natalya. Seth Rollins, which he's currently the world heavyweight champ, taking on JD McDonough in the main event of Monday Night Raw, And then we got Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, a.k.a. DIY, taking on the other fellow former NXT tag team champion, Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser Imperium. Or Imperium's Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci. But yeah, and it looks like they said the Creed brothers could be taking on the Alpha Academy, because for the fact that he answered Chad Gable's open challenge post on social media. And do you think there's gonna be the Creed brothers in chat and the Alpha Academy's Open Challenge, or do you think it's gonna be somebody else probably on NXT making their main roster debut? Only time will tell. When we got a few hours left to see what's in store for us on the latest edition of Monday Night Raw. And I want you guys to be the judge of that in the comments section right down below. We're gonna end this video with one more news now. Oh no, I think that's the end of this video, I guess. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. That's the end of today's daily video of the wrestling news. Hopefully you enjoyed. And what was your favorite on the news list? And tell me and what's the reason for it as well. Y'all let me know down in the comments below about that. And also, if you like this video, please make sure to smash the huge thumbs up button, the huge thumbs up button, and the subscribe beside it. The subscribe button beside it. Click the bell notification so you can be notified on when I upload my daily videos, whether if it be in the wrestling news video like today, like right now, or like later on with the wrestling or the wrestling show review, like whether if it's Monday Night Raw, NXT, like tomorrow night with the episode like of the night 2 of NXT's Halloween Havoc, or even Halloween Havoc, or even AEW Dynamite, or the wrestling news, which will be daily as well, and also SmackDown, Rampage, Collision, like this Friday and Saturday, while I'm doing Part 12. And the Part 12's week of review will be this week, starting on Monday, on tonight's Monday Night Raw. And what's the matter, Birdie Bird? Oh, yeah, he could be a little cranky sometimes. But anyways. Yeah, hopefully y'all like this video. I've been your host, Super Ninja Austin. This was the 95th episode of the SNA or the SNA podcast. And make sure you check that out later on tonight, my Monday Night Raw review. After Monday Night Raw, wherever your time is, like when Raw is over. And I'll see you guys then. Till we meet again, till then, Super Ninja Austin. 1 second, Birdie. Uncle SNA's done. Super Ninja Austin, the assassin, is out. I hope I did the SNA hand signal right. But yeah, goodbye, everybody.